Well, Charlie Mcgrath, founder of Wide Awake News, now joins us live for more on this particular topic. Charlie, thank you very much for being with us in this for the story. Yeah. Let's get right to it. Do you think that the U.S. government's actions here will have major impact on investigative journalism in the United States?
Absolutely. I mean, unless a journalist wants to not consider the fact that the Department of Justice is spying on them illegally, yeah, I mean, it's obvious. It's an attempt to stifle the truth and use our government to silence its own citizenry. You know, in these institutions, I mean, these networks that we're talking about are not known, at least in independent media, they're not known to step outside the line of the government press conference. They usually just regurgitate exactly what the government puts out. But if you have somebody that stands up and actually does some journalism, yeah, they can expect retribution. And I don't know who could possibly consider that and not let that weigh on their decision to be an investigative journalist.
Well, if there is a leak that could compromise national security, doesn't the government have the right to do everything that they can to stop that leak?
You know what? The government is obviously stepping way outside of that bounds. You know, you're talking about reporting news information that is critical for an informed populace. Yes, there's going to be things that can't be reported, that shouldn't be leaked, but you're going to go after the journalist who's doing his job and not the ineffective, dysfunctional government that leaked the info in the first place.
Now, the government is investigating reporters in the hopes of finding leaks within its own ranks, and you kind of touched on this just a second ago. Why do you think it has chosen this approach rather than looking for the source of the actual leak?
To scare the hell out of anybody who dares to stand up to the party line, to the agenda line. And this isn't just the Obama administration, it's the previous administration, and it'll be the next administration. It's out of control, totalitarian, tyrannical government. It's hubris at its worst, and it's going to continue to erode the freedom of the people of this country.
Now, Obama has been notorious for being wanting to look for leaks. Do you think that this administration is becoming increasingly intolerant to reporting on sensitive political issues?
Absolutely. More whistleblowers prosecuted than any other president, all other presidents in the history of this country. If you dare to stand up, you're gonna be in the crosshairs. Yeah, absolutely. This is an outright an attempt to control the narrative, control the populace, control what they hear, what they believe. If it's in the name of murdering people around this world, fighting terrorism, it's one thing. But if it's in the name of exposing the truth of this tyrannical government, then you're probably going to get investigated.
Now, what do you think is next in this White House war on whistleblowing? How far do you think it will go to control the flow of information?
All the way until they are stopped, until somebody is held accountable. But we see over and over again that this isn't going to be the case. I think you're going to have an attempt to have every piece of information. All right, in the United States, we're still sitting here, a nation with a half a dozen companies that control 90% of the news. It isn't like we're inundated with truth, but it seems even a little bit of truth is just too much when you have a government that must maintain control at all costs.
All right, appreciate your thoughts. Charlie Mcgrath, founder of Wide Awake News, thank you for being with us here on RT.
Thank you.